Tuesday. Today, I'll be talking to Kendra Lonon, who is a board certified credit consultant. So hit the subscribe button and comment with questions. And if you love these videos, please feel free to comment. And also, I will definitely put Kendra's information in the description for everybody out there who needs information on credit, or if you need to build your credit or fix your credit. Okay, today all we're doing is talking about the best practices, how to maintain a good credit, how to build your credit if you have no credit history. So Kendra joins me now. Hi, Kendra. Hi.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
How are you doing, Kendra?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much, Winnie, for having me on today. I really do appreciate the opportunity, and I'm glad to be here with you today, just sharing a little bit about credit.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. So,
Yeah.
as we discussed previously, a lot of my clients have so many questions on their minds, and I thought we should just brush through this and, give a little bit of advice to people out there, especially the international community, who really don't have much idea about how credit works out here in the United States. So, I'm just gonna dive in. Um, why do people need to build their credit?
So, first of all, I'm not surprised that a lot of people that clients and viewers may have questions about credit because it's not something that we learn about in schools. I don't know about you, I didn't learn anything about
I
credit in
didn't,
school.
I didn't either.
And it's not something that we talked about at home very much. So I kind of had to learn the hard way when I got into the real world
Right.
about credit and how it works. So to answer the question, it's important to have good credit for several reasons. Many people only think about credit when they want to go borrow money for like a large purchase, say a house or a car, but it also impacts other areas of our lives. It affects your insurance rates that you may get, the premiums that you have to pay.
Right.
It also impacts, say you want to go rent a property, rent an apartment, the potential landlord may run your credit for that. It's also used for identity verification purposes.
Right.
If you're searching for a new job, the potential employer may run your credit for that. And even when you want to go get utilities turned on in your name, it's possible that your credit will be run for that.
Right.
So many different reasons to have good credit.
Right. Okay. That sounds good. That means, everybody needs to fix their credit or at least build some sort of credit background.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, my next question is, does no credit history mean bad credit? And saying that, that means, let's say, for instance, when I traveled here to the United States, I had no credit at all because I had no history here.
Right.
Does that mean if I should go, like you said previously, if I should go to try to get something or purchase something and they run my credit and they realize that I had no history, does that mean, I'm disqualified or it's bad credit?
Not at all. And that's a great question. No credit is not the same as bad credit. So bad credit pretty much means that you have established a credit profile and you may have some things that went wrong with your credit situation. It could be, just due to life circumstances, poor management, poor choices. However, no credit just simply means that you have not established your profile yet. You don't have any data or any information to show potential lenders how you're able to handle credit and borrowing money. So the approach to establishing credit is a little different than the approach to fixing credit, if that makes sense. So the two are very different. And actually, in my professional opinion, having no credit is better than bad credit because it's a little bit easier to work with.
Okay, sounds good. So it's easy for somebody with no credit to be able to build on your credit rather than somebody with bad credit trying to fix your credit.
It is. They both have their set of challenges, but again, that process is a little bit different.
Okay, so all hope is not lost for somebody with
No,
no credit.
no, not at all.
Good, good. So that would take me to the next question I have. like you said, it will be easy to establish credit. So, what's the easiest way for somebody with no credit to establish credit?
Yeah, so a couple ways. Probably the easiest way that will only take maybe 5 to 10 minutes is a concept known as piggybacking. So what it is, if you know someone that already has an established credit profile and they have a credit card account, they can easily call up their credit card company and say, hey, I'd like to add Winnie as an authorized user on this account. You want to be careful about that though, because you want to make sure that that account is in good standing. It has good history, because what's going to happen is everything that's on that particular account is going to transfer to your credit profile. So that's probably the quickest, easiest way to do it. The second way that I would recommend is opening a secured credit card or a secured loan. And basically, what you're doing is you're securing that credit account with your own money. So, in some cases, the amount that you put up for deposit is the same amount they will give you a limit. So, if I have $200, I'll take that to my credit card company or my bank, and they will issue me a credit card for $200. Over time, with good behavior, some of those will go to unsecured, not always, but sometimes they do. And that helps you to really get that profile established. So that's the two ways that I would recommend getting started with your credit if you don't have any.
Thank you so much. That's such
Yeah.
a good information.
Yeah.
So here's the $1 million question. What is the average good credit and what is the average bad credit? Like, who should be worried right now out there?
Yes, so that's another great question. So credit can range anywhere from a low of 300 all the way to a high of 850. So you got a pretty nice range there. So the average credit score in America right now is about 703, and that's considered a good credit score. So when you cross over about the 670 mark, that's considered good credit. Now you may not get, as good interest rates as someone with a higher like 740, which seems to be like the magic number. If you're able to hit like 740 and above, you have very good or excellent credit. So that's what the range is. Again, the lowest is 300, but you can go as high as 8.
Okay, well, so guys out there, if you know you're playing around the 300 mark, you better start calling Kendra now to fix your credit.
Yes.
Yes, yes. So the next question I have is, what are some of the practices that example of practices that somebody can do that can affect your credit badly?
Right. So I think it goes back to just, again, knowing how the credit works and understanding how your score is calculated. So if you want good credit, to me, that's the very first step, is just to spend a little bit of time learning about how your score is calculated. So once you do that, you're going to find out that there's 5 concepts or 5 keys that go into calculating your score. The top 2 things that determine your score are going to be your payment history as well as your credit utilization.
Right.
Those 2 things alone make up over half of your credit score. So to answer the question, what helps you have a good score? The best advice is going to be to pay on time, even ahead of time, as well as keeping your utilization low. So when I say utilization, that means if you have a credit card and your limit is $100 on that credit card, you don't want to spend $99 on that credit card. And you don't want to be going over your limit either. So I know it can be tempting sometimes, but that will really hurt your credit score. But the good news about that is you can easily fix that just by paying that credit card down. The recommendation is 30%. You don't want to go over 30%. So if you have $100 credit card, you want to keep it around $30 a month. Now, me, I like to go lower than that. So I try to stay like around 5 to 10% just because I know myself. And statistics show that people with excellent credit rating, they have about 7% utilization. So that's just something to throw out there. But 30% again is the recommendation.
Okay. So guys, payment history, credit utilization. If you can keep it at 5%, that's awesome. But 30% is where you can be and be safe.
Yes.
Okay. So my last question will be, what platform do you think is recommended for people to use to track their credit? Because there's a lot of them out there.
Yes.
Sometimes you get confused as which one to use. What platforms can you recommend?
Yeah, so that's another great question, and you're right, Winnie. There are different platforms out there. There's also, different scoring models. So you have a Vantage model and you have a FICO scoring model. Just be mindful that FICO is going to be used by 90% of lenders. Vantage is very rarely used. So having said that, you're going to get your Vantage scores most of the time for free, and that's going to be platforms like Credit Karma and CreditWise. Now, I do recommend Credit Karma for monitoring your credit and pulling your report, because those in most cases are pretty accurate as it relates to what is on your actual credit. Now, I'd recommend the FICO. For seeing your FICO score, you want to go to somewhere like Experian. That's going to be a site. Sometimes you have to pay for your actual FICO score. So that's one good way to kind of know if you're getting that free model. That may be Vantage, not always. But if you want to get your actual score, you want to look at FICO, and I recommend either Experian or My FICO to be able to get your true FICO score and, also the report. So those are some of the things that I recommend to help you get a good picture of your credit. Also, every year you're entitled to one free credit report. You can get that by going to annualcreditreport.com. The good thing is right now, because of everything that's going on with the pandemic, the credit bureaus are offering one free credit report per week. So this is unheard of. So this is a good time if you're thinking about, improving your credit or establishing your credit. You can get one free report every week to see what's actually on your file.
That is awesome. This is all so much good information. And
Yes.
guys out there, you see, credit is not so complicated as you thought. Kendra just made it so simple for us. Kendra, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope we do this again.
Yes, we have to.
Thank you so much, and I
Thank you.
today. I'm gonna put Kendra's description, information in the description. Have a wonderful day, Kendra.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.